Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm going to do my Attack on Titan episode 32 review. Um, so this episode was called Close Combat, but in my personal opinion, the name of this episode should have been called Wrestling Match because that's basically what it was. And as a wrestling fan, I found it very entertaining, actually. Um, so, wow. I mean, the episode starts off. They have this whole, flashback with, Eren and Rhino, and all, Aaron, Armin, and everyone. Talking about, how, Eren is going to take out the Titans and stuff like that. And they said, oh, you definitely will, I can tell you have it in you and stuff like that. And Eren was like, oh, because he was in his, Titan form, and, he basically, that you're a hypocrite and, betrayed us and stuff like that. They also went on to show Annie flashback. I also want to mention before I get more into this that this was in the this was on Toonami and the FunimationNow. I think I've explained this in my reviews. I guess little late doing this, but I mean, I did watch it on Toonami, obviously, but it also was on the FunimationNow the next day at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. But getting into this review and getting into this episode, as I'm already started to kind of explaining what's going on, you have this whole flashback, while the two are fighting, Eren thinks his life's flashing before him or whatever, and he remembers something that we never seen really in season 1 again, because Eren is like, oh, I don't even remember this, why am I remembering this just now? And basically Annie teaches Eren a technique, which I thought was a really cool technique, actually. Annie talked how she was fragile or whatever because she was a woman and stuff like that. And Eren was like, well, you're the one who knocked me down. You're the one who knocked me down. And stuff like that. So, she shows him the move. Eventually, after it's done, Mikasa throws Rhino right at Eren and says, why don't you fight me, Annie? And, Annie said, or why don't you teach me that technique? And Annie basically was like, well, I don't remember. Was this could have been in season 1? Because I thought, wasn't there? I don't know if all of it was in season 1 because there was when they did the flashback, they did the scene where Eren had done the fist thing like Annie did, but I don't recall that them showing the whole confrontation like that. But maybe they did that on purpose. I don't know. But they did do the whole thing where Mikasa and Annie had stated to Mikasa is, sorry, this is for normal people. This technique's for normal people, which I thought was kind of ironic, from them looking back at that, because obviously, as we know, Annie is a Titan, and Mikasa is just, well, at least right now, she's a regular human. So I thought that was a weird, strange statement in the flashback. But they, a couple people betted on Mikasa, other people betted on Annie. They don't show it, but Eren then ends up using the technique on Rhino, and even Armin, says that's Annie's technique that he just used. I remember they even, Eren said, next time, don't give the enemy, your moves to use against you, because that's what he did. They let Eren learn these techniques, and now he's using them against them, which was actually pretty an accurate statement. There was also a shot during the episode where Mikasa actually tried to attack the Titan, but obviously her swords got broken because it didn't work, so she had to fall back. There was also thing earlier where Mikasa asked herself why she hesitated to cut them while they were humans. She said they're never going to get another chance like that again. So there was that stuff too that was going on. But at one point after he knocked him down, and he got up, freaking Eren basically put him into a Hell's Gate submission hold, aka a triangular choke for any Undertaker fans out there. At least that's the when Eren did that, when he did that that triangular choke Hell's Gate move, I the first thing I thought of was the Undertaker, because Undertaker does that move. And it was he did it the same way that he does it in the WWE, where he puts the arm over the freaking over the legs and shit, or under the legs, and then puts his legs on the neck and shit like that. That is exactly how Undertaker does it, and I thought it was just really funny that he did it exactly like that. I was like, wow, Undertaker much right there? Anybody? For any wrestling fans that are watching this episode, and then thumbs up if you guys thought the same thing I did when Eren did that. So then they, some of the other people meet up, and they say, oh, that's Eren's Titan form and stuff, because there was that. And then also the other Colossal Titan, when they tried to take him out earlier, because his neck was exposed, he had steam come out of his back, so they couldn't get there, and Armin had even said, we can't get there as long as he has that steam. So that stuff was going on. So with standstill with the Titan, it really brings me to the question of what their involvement is in all this stuff. But then Armin and Mikasa eventually tell Eren, you gotta, run away, or not Mikasa, but Armin has to, says you gotta run away, and he can understand them. But Mikasa says, no, there's no point, and he eventually goes to the wall where they are, but Armin realizes that, no, they're going to keep going after him no matter what, so he's got to fight him. Eventually the commander comes in and explains to him what he has to do, try to take out the leg and stuff like that, because he had already ripped off the arm at this point, one of the arms at this point. One of the weird translations, though, was the commander had stated, can you rip off another leg, which he hadn't ripped off another leg at that time. He had only ripped off the arm. But, that's what he had asked, or she had asked him to do. So I don't know if that was a translation error, or that was just an error by the people that, said it in Japanese. But I just thought that was kind of a weird, thing to say, since it was the arm that was pulled off, not the leg, at that point. So, they also went through a public disclaimer on the FunimationNow. Again, this did not air on the Toonami broadcast. If you watched the Toonami premiere broadcast like I did, you didn't see this. This was only shown on the Funimation Now. It's in between the commercial breaks, but there is no commercial break on the Funimation Now, so you don't have to worry about this. But this would be where the commercial break would be if there was one. Um, it's the information available for public disclaimer, and the theme is about the Titan martial arts. Though not typically an impressive exhibition of the power and size, martial arts is similar, effective for Titans as it is for humans. Grappling holds and throws used against a Titan opponent are sometimes more potent than a striking blow. End quote. So they're basically kind of explaining, how Titans, sometimes not necessarily, use martial arts, but sometimes it can be very effective using them. So it's very good. Like I said, if you don't have the Funimation Now, you won't see that because Toonami are cheap and they don't frickin', for whatever reason, they don't like to show previews for the next episodes, and they like to cut stuff. I understand why they shorten the theme songs, but they really should not be cutting the previews, and they should not be cutting like this stuff, because this is actually part of the episode, and it actually tells you what some of the stuff, so what some of the stuff in the episode is, or tells you stuff that they don't have time to tell you in the episode. So this stuff should be on the Toonami broadcast, and it's a really shame that Toonami are cheap to cut it, are too cheap to cut it, because it's only like 5 seconds long. But anyways, so that happened. Like I said, after he got the order from the commander, he acknowledged it. One thing weird too was the commander blushed after he kneeled and agreed to her orders. I was like, oh, what? She got a thing for him or something? I was like, what? Mikasa's about to be jealous. And the kind of funny thing is too is Mikasa, like, they went to Mikasa in the next shot too. I'm just saying. So, anyways, not much stuff was really done with the other characters. That they had a couple cameo talking, about the Colossal Titans, but that was really about it for them. I really don't know exactly what happened to him. Well, I mean, Amira got eaten, but like I don't know if she's still alive or they can save her or whatever at this point. But she got eaten, and so Historica is not going to be happy about that. Anyways, Mikasa not Mikasa. Eren basically then eventually gets Reiner to another submission like chokehold, kind of like a UFC one, where he puts the head through the neck and then through the body. It's a very risky type UFC move, but it's very effective if you can choke him. And obviously Eren in this sense isn't just trying to choke him to make him tap out or give up. He's actually trying to literally kill him. So UFC rules are out the window at this point in this fight. But so he's literally trying to choke his head off. He says, "You traitor!" So he's just choking him out, saying that he's a traitor and stuff like that, which he is. I'm not going to deny that he's a traitor. And he just starts choking the living crap out of him. Like also they talk about the armors too, because there was also a point too where he actually, before this choke got set up, I actually should say that Rhino had armor on, and like he took the armor off, or the armor magically came off. And they also try to explain that certain joints and stuff like that of the armor and stuff. And Eren actually was speared by Rhino, And he's like, if I'm gonna, be taken down, I'm gonna, so be it. So he actually took the spear. Eren took the spear like a boss, and then put him into that choke. Um, and he just starts choking him. He literally wants to choke him so badly that he's gonna pull the head off. Like he literally wants to pull the head off of Reiner. And it was just like, oh shit, he's literally gonna pull this guy's head off right now. So while he's trying to pull his head off, you can see the blood. And then like you see the other, you know, soldiers are like, yeah, Eren, pull his head off. Take the traitor's head off, and shit like that. And then Mikasa actually comes in during this scent and actually does, wound one of the legs. I don't know if it was the leg was cut off, or if it was just mortally wounded where it can't move. But that happened with Mikasa. That gave her the opportunity because though she lost her swords, or her swords were broken earlier in the episode, Armin had given earlier before the sequence the his swords, and so with Armin's swords, Mikasa was able to take out wound one of the Titan's legs. However, with one of the other good legs, after this happens, he decides to move him and Eren to a spot near the wall where the Colossal Titan's at. And what the Colossal Titan does, he takes the steam off, and he does this weird thing to himself. Something's weird about that Colossal, because he can't really move, it seems, and that's why I think Reiner positioned himself there. And Armin figures it out, and he's like, watch out, Eren, and stuff like that, because what he does is, he turns a little dark, and then the Colossal Titan starts to fall on top, or fall down where Reiner and Eren is, because Reiner did a roar. And the soldiers originally thought it was for backup. They were calling Titan, backup reinforcement Titans. But in reality, that's not what he was doing at all. He was trying to tell the Colossal Titan to fall on top of him, I guess. Or at least that's what it looks like. And sacrifice him, because his head's about to come off. That's what it appears to look like. We'll see what happens, because obviously they want to kidnap him. That was this was said by Armin and other people, that they want to kidnap him, and it's pretty much been established. So there's that as well. So the episode ends pretty much while the Colossal Titan's falling down to try and, I guess, smash Eren. His mouth is open, and that's the end of the episode. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. The preview didn't really kind of indicate what happens in terms of what happens in that fall. I think they showed a couple of flashbacks again. So I don't know if, again, there were flashbacks from Season 1, or if they were flashbacks that we didn't see in Season 1 but actually happened during the time period of Season 1. Like I said, some of the stuff that they've been showing is stuff that they've either didn't show, or they showed some of it but didn't actually show all of it, and then they're showing more of what happened in these flashback scenes. So it's kind of trying to keep consistency, I guess. Pretty interesting episode, to say the least. Like I said, I actually enjoyed this episode because they had a lot of wrestling going on in here. As a wrestling fan, this was really entertaining. They just started bashing each other in and shit with submission holds and stuff. But to get the plot going, it really didn't do as much. It was pretty much the same. I'm sure that we'll get more into that in the next episode in terms of plots and where everything is at. But in this episode, it was really more just fighting and, really cool entertainment at the same time. So that was kind of cool to see that. So let me know what you guys think of this episode. Obviously, this review was a little late. Sometimes that happens. If a review isn't out, it's because it's late, or I'm at a con or something. It's just that I'm really busy. And I couldn't get around to doing the Titan or Attack on Titan until now because I just was really busy yesterday, and then the day before that I was really busy. Amazed I got the super review out when I did. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think and what do you think's coming up. Again, this English dub review, so we're keeping consistent with the English dub, and also again, the Toonami broadcast premieres the episode Saturday night or Sunday morning, whatever you want to call it, at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. That is the premiere. I do watch it on Toonami every week. I pretty much watch every show on Toonami. When people ask me if I watch on, please don't what I watch on Toonami or whatever, because I've been getting a lot of questions on like what I watch on Toonami and stuff like that. I pretty much watch everything on Toonami. So if you don't see the review up, within the next day, it's because I'm really busy. It's not that I hadn't watched the episode or whatever. And also I'm like I said, I'm trying to watch the FunimationNow version as well too the next day, since I have the app anyways. Though I still want to watch it on Toonami because I want to watch it right away. I don't want to wait the next day since I have cable anyways. But some of these misses that Toonami don't show really pisses me off, and they do the same thing with Super. We don't get the next time on Dragon Ball Z segment, or next time on Dragon Ball Super segment, which we should be, which we won't be getting until the Blu-rays come out. So some of that stuff that I have an opportunity to see on the FunimationNow, I want to see them and talk about it, and that's why I kind of wait until the FunimationNow comes out, and it gives you guys the chance that don't have cable to see the review as well, without having to wait a day to watch it. So that's kind of why I'm doing this type of concept now with the Attack on Titan review. In terms of what I watch on Toonami, guys, I'm just gonna say again, I pretty much watch everything, with the exception of a couple of shows. There's only been probably 3 different shows that I haven't watched on Toonami, or that I don't watch on Toonami. One being One Punch Man, and the other being Space Dandy. After watching the first episode, I was done with it, because it was the most stupidest show I've ever seen in my life. Well, actually, no, Bobo was worse. But pretty much I watch everything. I give it a chance. If it sucks, then I just forget it. But rarely doesn't happen. Very rarely. But yeah, that's my review. I'm just kind of rumbling now about Toonami. But overall, good episode for episode 32. Again, let me know what you guys thoughts. If you like this review, please comment, rate, give me those likes, guys. If you like this video, if you actually watched the full video, please give me a like. It really helps, because I know I get a bunch of dislikes from people that don't even watch this review. So please, if you've actually watched this entire review and you like this review, please give me a thumbs up, okay? Because I get a lot of incensed trolls that dislike this video and don't even watch it. yeah, subscribe if you like this video or any of my other reviews or any of my other videos. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.